Hi everyone, it's Noel here again from the Active Newcastle team with this week's food facts in 5 or less. Bad news to begin, as this is probably the last food facts, as we think we'll have just about covered everything after this. However, we are prepared to do a bonus episode if anyone thinks we've missed a topic and would like some further info on that, so feel free to comment on that. So today, however, we are looking at takeaways and how we can make healthier choices around takeaways. And one of the big things about takeaways is we'll lose a lot of the control over the meal because we haven't got as much say over the ingredients, the amount of oil or type of oil that's used, the portion size, and the cooking methods. And for takeaways, we would also include maybe nipping to the garage or the convenience store to buy a sandwich as well, because we've lost a bit of control over that in terms of things like how much spread is going on the bread, the type of bread it is, have they trimmed any fat off the meat that we've picked, and is it full fat mayonnaise, is it extra light, that type of stuff as well. So we're going to try and get some control back. So when we're going for takeaways, try and pick dishes that are based on cooking methods around being grilled, boiled, steamed or stir-fried, ahead of things that have maybe been battered, such as fish, scampi, sweet and sour, or deep fried, like your chips, your bhajis, your samosas, and all those options out there. Think of leaner cuts of meat or choices of meat, so go for your whiter meat, your chicken and turkey if you can. Get the meal bulked out with veg, so we're getting goodness in that way as well. If it's got a sauce in, try and go for tomato-based sauces over your creamy sauces or your coconut milk sauces. And obviously with your rice and stuff like that, go for boiled or steamed ahead of the pilaf or fried rice options out there. In terms of starters, can we share a starter, or do we even need one to begin with? Sometimes our eyes are bigger than our stomachs, so that can help reduce the amount of fat and calories going in that way. But some examples of healthy starters would be things like minestrone soup or bruschetta over garlic bread or potato skins. Could we have a chicken and sweet corn soup instead of wontons or spring rolls? Or could we go for some stuffed peppers ahead of things like onion bhajis and samosas and other options like that? In terms of our main, so if we're going for an Italian or ordering Italians in, go for tomato-based sauces and your pasta dishes ahead of your carbonara, cheesy, creamy sauces. Can we have a thin crust pizza as opposed to a deep pan or a stuffed crust? And think of our toppings, get loads of veg on there, and again, go for those leaner meats like your chicken and things like that. In terms of your Indians, we could have a dry dish like a tandoori or a tikka, or we can go for the tomato-based sauces, which is things like your Rogan Josh or jalfrezi, ahead of your cream-based sauces, which would be things like korma and masala and other options like that. For Chinese meals, think of noodle-based dishes, so chow mein or vermicellis will be a lot healthier, a lot lower in fat than things like sweet and sour pork or sweet and sour chicken, where it comes in batter and there's also some sugar in the sauce there as well. And remember, for Indians and Chinese, go for the steamed or boiled rice ahead of those pilaf or fried ones, and again, massively reduces the fat content there. Unfortunately, we need to have a bit of discipline around things like poppadoms, your naan breads, and your prawn crackers as well, because there's a lot of fat and calories in those, unfortunately, folks. In terms of fish and chips, do we need to have a portion of chips each? Can we share a portion? Try and get the thicker chips as well. The thicker cut chips tend to be a little bit lower in fat. In terms of the fish, can we get it in breadcrumbs instead of batter? Or can we take the batter off and just eat the fish if it has came in batter? And can we add some extra goodness to it through things like mushy peas or beans added into that meal as well? In terms of your calorie content, do you know it could take up to 359 minutes to burn off the calories of a Chinese meal, around 335 for an Indian, and around 240 for an Italian. So that's a lot of exercising for something that you're going to eat in 20 minutes, half an hour. So the balance there is a little bit out. My final bit of advice would be maybe to try, instead of a takeaway, to go for a fakeaway. And basically, where you make your own takeaway at home yourself, but make a healthier option of it just by Googling the ingredients and a cooking method or a recipe that way. So plenty of options there for you. As usual, if you need anything explained a little bit more, write it in the comment section and we'll expand it in a little bit more detail. Thanks everyone. Take care.